So welcome back to Forex Pros, where we discuss the market of gold, BTCUSD and some other pairs so that you could get the best idea what kind of trading opportunities are we going to get today. The reason for making this video is to help people educate about trading and analysis of the market. So I will try to make this video as educational as possible. And also you can join our Telegram channel. The link is in the description, where you could get similar signals of what we do the analysis of. So when the opportunity comes, if you're unsure, you can get the signal from Forex Pros, which is completely free. And also do subscribe to our channel so that you can get daily analysis from us. And do press the bell icon so whenever we post a video, you do get the notification. So without any further delay, let's go to the market. And see what's the situation today. So I'll be moving down in the corner. So before discussing the market, I would like you guys to join our Telegram channel. The reason being that is, first of all, you guys can see this was our weekly report for the public channel, which is completely free. So we gave at least approximately 3 signals for BTCUSD, and the pips were really good, 169. On gold, of course, we gave out a lot of signals. The total signals were 10. There were some stop loss hit, but overall we were able to get 490 pips in the past week. On GBP USD, we were able to make a single signal because of less volume. We do not trade much on GBP USD pair, but we were still able to get 60 pips on GBP USD, which is a huge thing. So overall, we were able to gather 719 pips. So this is usually the format of our signals. So it's really easy to follow. So do join our Telegram channel. So without any further delay, let's go to the market of gold, as this is one of our favorite pair. And let me remove this drawings and indicators and see what is the situation today. So because this is the start of the week, so we'll be doing a complete analysis starting from monthly time frame and moving down on the 4-hour or 30-minute time frame to know what's the best entry coming up. So for the past few months, market was stuck in this range. As you can see, market was stuck in this range, and now we have a breakup towards the upside. But one thing which we do need to consider is that we're talking on a monthly scale. So when we're ever talking on a monthly scale, so we have to look accordingly. So on the monthly scale, the market did break above it, but we need the closing to get the confirmation that the market will continue its upward momentum. So as long as there are 15 days and 18 hours remaining on the monthly time frame, are we still bullish, or the market might go for a reversal? These two possibilities are still there, and after the closure, we'll have a different scenario. On the weekly time frame, just a moment. Yeah, on the weekly time frame, for the past few weeks, market was stuck, like we were discussing on the monthly time frame, and market was able to break above this certain region. So right now the market has broken above this weekly resistance, which is now turned support. So there is a possible, if we're talking about textbook patterns, because they don't usually happen, but when they happen, it's a very good confirmation. So market could come down and go for a retest before going towards the upside. So on the monthly and weekly time frame, the situation, it's quite similar to what we discussed before, because it's only been a week, and in a week you can't see much changes on the weekly and monthly time frame. Now coming back on the daily time frame, what we can see is that, first of all, we see that there was a huge bullish impulse, and in this bullish impulse there was only one red candle in between. So what it means is that this was a place for the institutions, for the big players to go for the buy. So right now what is happening is that we can see that the market is currently within a range. Market is stuck. When we will go to the 4-hour time frame, you'll get more understanding of what is happening. So basically the market is stuck, and the reason being that is that FOMC is coming. So when a news like this is coming, we all know that Paul said that this month we will be getting the raise, and 25% is the expectation. So this is something that is about to happen. But what the big players, the market players, usually do. So right now, as we can see, the market is stuck, and the FOMC is coming, and till the FOMC comes out, that is in 2 days, I don't think that we would see any sudden upward or downward movements, because when the FOMC comes, then the market, the institutions will go for a liquidity grab to take positions, because the way we go for a buy or sell trade, they cannot. So I think that that is a possibility, and if we go for a clear cut rejection, retracement, this would be up to this point. Okay, and if you take the Fibonacci retracement from bottom to top, so that is around 0.382%. It could come down to, because it's on a daily scale, so on a 4 hour we could see a tail. So this is the point where we could see a retracement before the market continues its upward momentum. Because if the market has to go up, if the market is planning to go up, which is highly probable in the current market situation. So coming down on the 4 hour time frame, what we can see is that, okay, so on the 4 hour time frame, basically the market is right now in a range bound zone. So whenever the market is in a range bound zone, we can see this is the top range, and we can see that this has been the bottom range. I won't be considering this range, and the reason being that this was a fake breakout and this was a gap of market opening. So we won't be considering that. So market is currently within this range, and as long as the market is within this range, of course, when the market reaches the top, we will try for a sell, and when the market reaches the bottom, we will try for a buy trade. But we won't get any good sudden movements or good sudden patterns on the basis of which we could trade. Now the question that comes to mind is, either we should go for a buy trade or a sell trade when I want to predict either the market will go out of this range bullish or bearish. Of course, because of the current market scenario, everyone is thinking bullish, but my strategy is that as long as the market is within the range bound, no one knows for sure what will happen. So basically, I don't take my mind to one side to get confused or get stuck there. So as long as the market is in here, I don't know what's going to happen. If the market breaks towards the upside, we will plan accordingly. If the market breaks towards the downside, we will plan accordingly. But we will not be trading on the basis of that market might. So when the market will break out of this zone, then we will plan our strategy. Now coming down on EURURSD, as I told you guys, I will be doing the analysis of GBP/USD, but a bit of change, because EURURSD is right now on a very good zone. So first of all, one thing that I forgot about gold is that if you want the confirmation, if you're looking for confirmation that either the market will go for a bearish side, market will start full retracement. So what we need for that is that if the market breaks below this zone and then go for a retest at this zone, then we are expecting the market to continue its movement towards the downside and form a full bearish pattern, which I don't think that is going to come anytime soon enough. So on the EURURSD, starting from the monthly time frame. So I hope you guys are like you do understand analysis. I try to keep it as simple as possible, and do join our Telegram channel. The link is in the description. I will keep repeating that throughout the video. So on the monthly time frame on EURURSD, what we have seen is that the market got multiple rejections from this point. When the market reached this point, we saw a huge rejection. Again, the institutions, the big players were buying from this zone. Of course, there was a fake breakout. So on the monthly time frame, there was a lot of retracements from this support, because it was a very strong one. And when something like this is happening, it's usually because the institutions, the big players, the market makers are taking the trades. So on the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is that there has been basically a clear change of structure. Because right now the market is making higher highs and higher lows. So basically right now we're moving in an uptrend. So this is what happening on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, if you're bullish, we're about to get a lot of pips, and that's the reason I wanted to do the analysis on Euro USD. So on the weekly time frame, what we can see is that this has been a retracement zone which has been perfectly respected on the weekly time frame, of course. But right now we will go and consider this zone on the weekly time frame, because this has been respected and this was just a liquidity grab towards the downside. So right now the market is, as you can see, moving towards the upside, making some strong rejections on the weekly time frame. And this week, of course, it's FOMC, and if we get the proper confirmation, we could go for a long-term swing bullish trade. And if we're talking about on the weekly time frame, and if the market breaks above this zone, then our most nearest target would be around this point. Yeah. So I'll keep this resistance, this target, and this one plotted for a long time, as soon as even after the signal is given, because I want to see either our target will get hit or not. So this would be a good trade on the weekly time frame, but we need the confirmations on the D1 time frame. So on the D1 time frame, daily time frame, what is the situation? The situation is quite simple. We can see that the market is basically making a bullish range, a bullish channel, and as long as the market is within this channel, we don't know, either the market will break towards the upside or to the downside. Even though the market characteristics are pointing towards the upside, but still this movement we will be able to see on the FOMC. So from gold and Euro USD, one thing that you might get the idea that whenever a news like FOMC and FP is coming out, so market is basically stuck within the range bound. And usually what happens that before the news, we are trying to predict, we're expecting that the market might break towards the upside or to the downside, and that messes up a lot, because market is not going anywhere before FOMC. Usually 80 to 90% time it does not. Only 10% times I've seen that before news the market went out of the range and continued or build a pattern. So right now on the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is that basically we're continuing towards the upside, because we're respecting this zone perfectly on the 4-hour time frame, and we should be seeing a movement towards the upside at least to test this. So if we're plotting an entry, so what will we do? So if we want to plot an entry, of course we're not going to go for a scalping trade in a situation like this. I'm a fan of scalping, but not that much, because whenever I try to scalp, usually I start good, but at the end of the day it's over. I lose a lot of money, so that's why I'm not a big fan of scalping. So the target is to survive 300 days in profit, and that's not an easy target overall. So the market is stuck within this range, and what I need for the confirmation is that the market to break above this zone, retest, and then move towards the upside, so that on Euro USD we could get our bullish trade even before the FOMC. So now what is happening on gold? So, on BTCUSD. So last week we discussed that the market got a good rejection from the downside, and right now what is happening, what we should do, what we should not do, let's discuss that. So first of all, like all the pairs, BTCUSD is also stuck, but we don't know for sure what will happen with BTCUSD, because even before the FOMC, after the FOMC, during the FOMC, BTCUSD is something that does what it wants to do. So first of all, as we can see that from a textbook pattern, what we should do, what we should see is that there was a continued W pattern, a retest, then a retest of this retest, and then towards the upside. So now we could expect the market to come down and retest this area before going towards the upside. But one thing that we need to consider is that this was the low of the dealing candle and it has not been broken yet. We can see a bit movement towards the downside, but it is a very strong point. So as long as we're above this zone, we won't be going for a bearish trade. And now the main question that comes to our mind is, when are we going to buy? So it's quite simple. As we can see on the 4-hour time frame, I'll do two analysis, like two different things on 4-hour and M30. So on the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is that the market is basically within this range and we're not able to break above it. So if we move down on the M30 time frame, so things get quite simple. And the reason being that is we know the top resistance. So even when the market is range bound on the high time frame, there are small ranges in a smaller time frame. So as long as the market is within this range, we won't be going for a bullish trade. And of course, we need to discuss the target. If the market is able to break above this zone, I think right now previous target which we were discussing at 117 was almost done. So this would be on our next target. 119. So that is another 200 pips, 200 pips or 2000 pips. I just get a bit confused about BTCUSD. So 115 to 116, that is 1000. Yeah, so that is approximately 400 pips. So as long as the market is within this range, we need a confirmation, we need a breakout towards the upside, a retest, and then towards the upside. So that's the quite simple analysis for BTCUSD. Now, before closing the video, ending the video, one thing regarding trading I would like to discuss with you guys. So last week we made some good profits, and the week before that we also made some good profits. But one thing is that when the market comes to a certain point, a situation like this, so then at that point what you need to do is wait. Because what happens most of the people, they try to trade without checking the market without their A plus setups. So A plus setups or anything like that could come at any point. So as long as the market is range bound, I don't think that we will get much more trading opportunities before FOMC. So let's wait for the FOMC, and of course we will be checking the market. If we find good trades for 80-100 pips, we will be sharing that in the Telegram channel. So you should join there. The link is in the description. And if you have any more questions or any topic or pair or what you would like us to cover in the next video, do tell us in the comment section. And that's all for today.